My name is Troy Mason, President and CEO, ZTEGRITY. And our goal as a company is basically to very similar to something that you would find at a country club. Whereas, why do people join a really high-end, really nice country club? It's not really to play golf. They really join these really high-end country clubs in order to be around other people who are movers and shakers, people with vision. And so often, big deals are made by being, a member of the country club, or when big deals happen, members will get together and they'll work together, they'll strategize together, and they basically break bread together and share information with each other. Um, and so by working to kind of more together as a unit instead of individually, they're able to gain access to information that otherwise they wouldn't have access to. And sometimes, well, I really shouldn't say sometimes, really, I'm going to say 99% of the time, when it comes to business, it has more to do with being in the right place, the right time, talking, because someone, thought highly of you or thought about you or whatever. And, um, and you just have to be in the right place, the right time, um, and you meet the right people. And from that meeting comes very, very, very big things. Okay. I cannot stress that enough to you, that in the real world that we live in, if you're out here on your own, okay, and you don't have any network whatsoever, you have zero network, and all you're doing is you're trying to fight and design or build something, and you're out here on your own, and all of the brain power you have is your own brain power. That's it. Well, it's going to be extremely difficult, tough for you to uh, to succeed. You know, whereas other people, if you're able to get around other very smart, intelligent people, people who have goals and they're movers and shakers, they're doing things, then the chances are very, very high that that you can find some level of success or profit from that situation. Because sometimes, again, just being a part of it or being in the room, um, makes all the difference in the world. I cannot tell you how many times. Matter of fact, that's really how I make my living. Okay, like I said, I have a bunch of streams of income, but typically, let me tell you how this goes. Not because I'm so smart or something like that, but um, what happens is, because I've established an extensive network of people, okay, who I've known, for years, and they trust me and I trust them. And so when something happens, okay, my phone will ring, okay, and my phone will ring because they're part of my network, and they'll call me and say, "Hey, Troy, you know, do you know anything about this or that, or this is we're looking to do something with this or that. I was wondering if you might want to be a part of it or what have you." And so I cannot tell you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you a true story right here, and you're gonna think I'm lying, but I swear to God, what I'm gonna tell you is the truth. 2 days ago, I get a phone call from a gentleman who I've been knowing now for probably about 6 years. Okay, and he's a straight businessman. Okay, he's always done very, very well for himself. He calls me on the phone. He tells me about. Um, he says, "Troy, we got a situation where we're trying to do a real estate deal here, and we got um, some money coming in, and it's coming in a particular manner, or what have you, and um, and we're dealing with Morgan Stanley to try to get the particulars worked out. And but the process is taking a little too much time." He said, "So I'm reaching out to you to see if you might have a contact or whatever, may be able to make this, expedite the situation." And he said, "Troy, if you can make this work, um, um, we'll pay you $1 million." We'll pay you $1 million, okay? If you can help us with this situation. All right. So, that was 2 days ago I get this phone call. Now, so I make phone calls, my connection or whatever. But, unfortunately, I wasn't able to do anything um, to help them with that situation, with that deal. But I got the phone call, okay? And trust me, look here. Matter of fact, I'll say this. Had I been able to help them with this, got that $1 million, I probably would be on this call tonight. What's wrong? I be counting money. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're counting $1 million. That's where yeah. But I laughed at that, but I got the phone call. You see my point? My point is that with integrity, that's what our company is about. So you want to be a part of our company, be, with us, because when I get phone calls, like I said, I get them all the time. I mean, like that one just happened 2 days ago. Fortunately, wasn't able to take advantage of that. That's okay, because there are many, many, many other calls coming, coming after that phone call. Trust me, okay. And a lot of things that come, we look at it and we go, hey, that could be very beneficial, and not just to Troy, but I look at it and I say, okay, that could be beneficial to our group, our members, okay. And so when I find something like that, what I'll do is I'll look at it real deep and say, okay, well, maybe this, again, I see all the moving parts of whatever, how everything works, and I think that this can help everybody. So then I'll bring it to the group, okay? And I tell everybody this, I say, look, I don't call off. You don't hear from me. I don't send out emails every day, every 5 minutes with this hype stuff, all this and that crap, whatever, I'm 2 things I'm not good at. I'm not good at training people, and I'm not good at blowing smoke up people's butts. Okay, all right. I'm just a straight businessman. I'm not a network marketer. I'm a businessman. So I tell people, I say, when I call you, okay, or if I reach out to you and I send you a message, you better pay attention to what what's going on, because I don't haphazardly waste my time or yours, sending out just junk. Okay, I don't do that. When I speak, people listen, because I ain't gonna speak unless I got something to say. Okay, and I ain't gonna say nothing unless I know something. Okay, I ain't gonna tell you, what I think or whatever. I'm gonna tell you what I know that's going on, and then you have an opportunity to take advantage of it. And so what we do here, and this is key, because I cannot stress this enough. This is not something. This is a lifestyle. Okay, integrity is a lifestyle. Now, I'm doing the websites and everything to get this message across, because for the first 5, 6, 7 years, we didn't know who we were as a company. And I told everybody, we don't know the power that we have or who we are. I was very, very clear about that. We don't know. I say, it's going to present itself to us as who we are. Because, at one time, like mainly, everything revolves around the card, okay? But actually, that's changing. The card now is just actually going to be just one part of what we're doing, okay? The card is just one part of what we're doing. And so, our whole strategy is to then, like I say, put a bunch, the philosophy is everything that you do in life generates money for somebody. Okay, what it is you do. Everything you do in life generates money for somebody. Name something. You go drink some water, somebody making some money. You eat some food, somebody's get paid from that. You go to sleep at night. My pillow guy said in his mansion where it said, thank you for making me rich, or whatever, for sleeping on my pillow, or the sheets that you sleep on, or the detergent that you use to wash it with. Everything that you do makes money for somebody. Okay, so here we are sitting in a situation where all of our income is relying upon us having to go to work for somebody else, okay, at a job, and nothing wrong with that, okay, nothing wrong with that. okay? But going to work for a job and earning income, what I'm sharing with you is that you cannot just rely on it, okay? Those days are over, where you could just 100% put your trust in a job to take care of you through the rest of your life and handle all of your financial needs. Number one, you're never going to reach your real dreams or goals as long as that is the case. But so we have to be, you know, we understand that in order to flip the script, okay, if everything that we do generates money for someone, then the logical thing to do is to turn some of the things that we do automatically are doing into profits that we can earn. Okay, not everything, we don't have to be in the car business or gasoline business or electricity business or whatever. It's a billion different businesses and business things and products and services. All we need to do is identify a handful of things here and say, these are cool little things right here. Let's profit. Let me profit from this situation right here. Okay. And some of the situations that we're going to be profiting from as a company or as individuals are very, very big things. Like I say, we'll be through our Black Table program, we'll be building, homes for people, potentially building apartment complexes, office buildings. God knows how big we can get through that side of what we do as a company. Okay. All right. And then we'll have same thing with our Z license product. Okay. That's one of the first products I had. It's a little clear plastic sleeve that you take your driver's license. I'm sorry, I should have mine. It's in my pocket, carry with me everywhere I go. Put your driver's license in it. It has a 10-digit code on it and a website to go to. And what it does is, in the event that you find yourself having to go to the hospital or a doctor for anything, and they need to see your medical records, your medical file, you're able to go online and set up a medical file with all your information and the medications you take, your allergic reactions, your doctor's names and phone numbers, your emergency contacts, everything is that's important to you that you need to have access to. I developed a product about maybe 10 years ago. Okay, it was way ahead of its time. All right, but now somebody said, Troy, you know what? With this COVID thing going on and all these people in and out of the doctor's offices all the time and hospitals and stuff, he said that product right now, that's the time is right for that product. And you know what? I didn't think about that. Okay. So in January, we're going to be reintroducing that product, brand new, refreshed, and everything, to our list. Okay. Now, something else we talked about here before. I'm gonna look for Rhonda one more time here, but we talked about something else that I'm doing that I want you to know about is that, okay, through the services where we're doing the real estate stuff. Okay. Well, I'm creating a deal. I'm gonna call it our scouting program. Okay. And this is a person, because we got thousands of members. Okay, thousands of members. Everybody can't be at the Black Table. Okay, but guess what? We can still, as a company, because again, everything we do, we know makes money for somebody. Okay, so if we can identify things that we can then grab and harness that money and make it ourselves, then that's what we're going to do, and that's how we're going to end up generating wealth over the long haul. Not something that'll happen overnight. Doesn't have to happen overnight. Okay, tell you our story about that in a second. It just needs to just be consistent, and we stay consistent and persistent. When we look down the road, we'll be like, wow, how did we get here? Okay, so now, if you think about it, if a person goes, let's see, I had a lady tell me this right here. Okay, she said she wanted to be an attorney. She said, but Troy, she said, I think she said, I'm 55 years old. If I go back to school, you know, something like that. She said, I'll be like almost, you know, I'll be almost 60. When I, you know, something like, she said, yeah, I'll be almost 60, something like that, when I, you know, get my law degree and become an attorney. And I said, okay. I said, so you really want to be an attorney, right? She said, yeah. She said, but I'll almost be 60. I said, well, I got a question for you. I say, in the same amount of years, I say, how old will you be? I say, will you be 60 in the same amount of years? She said, yeah, I'll be 60 the same amount of years. I said, well, you might as well be 60 as an attorney, and, you know, and got where you wanted to go to be 60 and not an attorney because you were worried about being 60. That's irrelevant. You're going to become 60. So you might as well be what you want. So my point is that time is moving by us, okay? And so we want wealth. The thing is that we don't have a lot of us don't have the capacity to sit down and figure and say, okay, I want stability, I want wealth. They think they want it today, not realizing that you have to build it. Okay? It has to be built. Okay, it has to be built. And so what we want to do as a company again is take the things that we can monetize and then monetize those things. So when it comes to the real estate, all right, and us, a part of what we're doing with the Black Table is we look for distressed properties or what have you, and we want to, you know, rehab these homes and put them back on the market, or even better. We don't even have to rehab them. Literally, we can take them up. So the other thing we can do, I've been looking at, is we find these homes, whatever, they could be repackaged up in such a way and sold to wholesalers as well. Okay. Um, if you have the right connections. And so that's something I'm working on. But listen to this, okay? Our scouts, the people who are our scouts now with the company, again, because they can't be, they don't have the resources to be a part of the Black Table, we'll pay our scouts $1,000, you know, so when they go drive around their neighborhood or whatever, they have a little system set up to where if they see an old property or something like that, or abandoned house or something, take a picture of it, you know, take the address down, take some information on it, go into our system, upload that information into our system. And then we have people who are vetted, see if we can contact the owners of that property, skip trace, find these people, find out what the deal is with their property. And if we're able to secure that property, buy it for either rehabbing it or packaging it up for wholesaling, then we'll pay our scout $1,000. Okay. So now, you know, a person can literally go around once a week and you know, through a community, look around and stuff and take pictures of 10, 20 homes and make them, you know, $5,000 a month in extra income. Okay. You know, just as being one of our scouts. Now, again, that's because they're a member with us. They're one of our members and they are a part of our group and our team. So they have access, okay, just by being in the room, literally, to things like that we can make available to people that are just common sense stuff. Okay, we know if we're in the real estate business, guys, and we're looking for properties, and we got money to do what we want to do with it. So why not use the members in our group, you know, to empower them to make them a living? Okay, but they're bringing us the deals. And, you know, they do this on TV and stuff all the time. You know, they do this on TV and stuff. And so, I mean, this is nothing that's not already happening. It's just that we never figured out a way to take it and harness it for us, okay, so that we can make the money. And again, that's what ZTEGRITY is all about. And so as we rebrand and put everything kind of together, you know, and introduce all of our product line and stuff like that to the table, when somebody comes on board, yeah, the bottom line idea is that everything that you do makes money for someone. Okay, so we might as well take some of those things, and we take some of those things and flip it to where it can make money for us, then we win. God dog it, you know. it don't get simpler than that. And again, the reason I say it's like, don't look at it like a business opportunity. Look at it like a membership, being a part of something that means something. Because you know why? Because the monthly fee makes it all possible. Okay. So when the monthly fee, you know what I can't stand? I can't stand people like, do I have to pay every month? Do I have to pay every month? You don't want to bring nothing to the group, okay? And you don't want to get, so the group has nothing for you. But if we work together, all right, then there's no question about that. Here's my monthly payment right here, because I'm a part of something that I believe in. I'm part of something that's not just going to change my life here, but the lives of many people. It's going to help my children's children, and we are smart. We're not no dummies, and they just Troy. We got a bunch of smart people. So I love smart people. I've been saying that forever. When I talk to somebody, I talked to a young man the other day that he's 25 years old. I said, look here, I'll swipe place with you right now. You have all my money. You can have, I said, you can have my Bentley. You can have everything I got. I want to swap places with you. 25 years old. Go get it. Okay. Young man is go getter. Okay. You're probably me. All right. But he got a unique way of looking at things and thinking about stuff. I can tell he's inexperienced. I can tell that, but he's 25. So he just needs, like I said, when I was 25, had I met somebody like me, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Okay. I mean, I could even imagine that dude right there, had I met somebody like me when I was 25. Okay. And so those young people that you have in your homes, your nephews and your nieces or whatever, get them involved. Okay. Get them involved. Okay. Because I'm telling you that these young people, we need to start training them, because they're not teaching them nothing in school. Okay. They are not teaching them nothing in school. All right. I swear to God, if I'm telling you straight up that I've done business in the schools. I just did some in the schools a couple of years back, and it scared me to death. The kids couldn't fill out a basic application, a form. They couldn't fill it out, and I'm like, Lord, what is going on here? Okay, it's horrible. And so if we want, it does not just enough for us to be successful. We got to think about, again, the next generation as well, okay? And start, implementing and bringing them in, and helping them become part of a network, and then we'll come up with things for them that fits them, okay? And things that's appealing to them that they can use in order to monetize, to make extra money, so that they're not having to go to work at McDonald's or go on the street trying to sling some drugs or some crazy stuff like that, get in trouble. Because the law, I'm gonna tell you something about that. Talk about second-class citizens when it comes to credit, but it's another thing out here, and that's they try to, they want to put a felony rap on you, and almost anything today is a felony. I mean, they'll put a kid in a situation where they're scared him to death with how much time they want to give him, and say, okay, just sign off here and then you can go home. And he signs off to go home. But now, he's marked for life. Nobody want to touch him. He can't get a decent job. He's got a stigmatism that he carries with him, pretty much for the rest of his life. And we're talking about this happening to some young teenagers and kids in their early 20s, just having to carry that burden with them through life when they had no training on how to make money for themselves. They have no training, don't know how to do. Give me all of them, okay? Give me all of them, okay? I'll take them all in, okay? Show them, how to make some money so that they're not relying upon the system here or whatever. because they don't even need to make that much money. You know, hell, I can think of 20 things off the top of my head that I could, that as a young kid, they can go do to make some money out. You know, and so we get a group of them here. You know, it's a couple of businesses that we can services that we can put together in a week or so. Okay, that they can roll out with and go make them some real money. Okay, doing stuff that people don't want to do. I tell you what one of them is. Now I'm gonna keep that one to myself because you know I got a bunch of them, but just know that it's important for us to think about this, not just from our perspective, but from the young people too, okay? So can we check and see now? I don't know, Wendell, if you're there, can you be along? I'm sorry that you had to sit through my little pitch there because we couldn't find you. I wanted to give you time if you wasn't on. But anyway, you got a chance to kind of hear our philosophy of the company, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I you know, you did a great job. I was listening to you. You couldn't hear me, but you did a great job. And, you know, the one thing, you know, first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say hello, and I hope everyone is doing well. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Wendell Turner, and I just want to let you guys know, first and foremost, do you know how lucky you are to be on this call? Because what I'm about to share with you, you've entered the club of the top 5%, the top 5% of America. You're about to learn how to play the financial game like the big boys do. This isn't something you can Google on the internet and find. This isn't advertised. You have to know someone to get into this club of the top 5% of America. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about things like your personal credit doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter if you have a 0 for a FICO score. It doesn't matter. Tax returns doesn't matter. What matters is how we set up your business. And like Troy stated, people will argue with you that, well, Mr. Turner, if you have a new company, there's no way you can get this type of money and funding out of the gate. Well, I can tell you from experience, if you've heard that before, that person didn't know what he or she was talking about. What matters is, one, how your company's set up. If you want to play the part, you have to look the part. Business address, website, the whole 9 yards. These are things you probably already know. But I'm going to get into some of the meats and potatoes of what really makes this work. Now, Troy reiterated on it a little when he was talking about the stock investor. In order to make this work, first and foremost, you have to have a net worth of over $500 million, liquid, not homes, cars. I'm talking over 500 million liquid. That's the only way that you'll be able to report to the Securities and Exchange Commission. So if Joe or Sally decided they wanted to do this, the SEC would flag them down. Well, we give your company value by having our stock investor. He's going to loan you 5 million shares of his stock. Now, the purpose of this is to give your company a value of over $100 million. And how are we going to prove that your company is worth over $100 million? Well, we're going to have Experian appraise your company for over $100 million. That's after our stock investor has assigned 5 million shares of stock to your company. Now, once this stock investor assigns those 5 million shares of stock to your company, we're going to do something better. We're going to have our stock transfer agent, who is certified by the government to report said stocks to the Securities and Exchange Commission. Now, you're in the big leagues now, because what happens after all of this is done, and once we have our certified CPA do your financials, your company will then be taken to Dun & Bradstreet and have a complete business profile set up with certified financials. Now, what happens when we take your company to funding? I can guarantee you, whether it be Bank of America, US Bank, Wells Fargo, they're going to go to the Securities and Exchange Commission to see if they can find your company. Once they find your company and everything is certified, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? They don't care about you. They don't care about your 3 FICO scores. They don't care about your tax returns. They don't care about any of that. What we're doing, this is going to put you into a new category. This is going to put you in a division of a bank that's called the Wealth Management Division. Now, if you've never heard of that, not a problem. I'm going to give you an idea what's going to happen once we get your company funded. Once your company's funded, the average person probably doesn't know, once you have $1 million to 1.5 million in your bank account, you're probably going to receive a phone call from someone from your bank. They're going to tell you, you know what, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, do you mind coming into the bank today? Now, I know most of us, we're going to get nervous and not want to go, but trust me, it's a good thing. It's a great thing, actually. What they're going to do, once your company is funded and you start purchasing and doing business this way, you're not going to walk into a bank anymore and stand in line. You're not, those days will be long gone. What you're going to be doing when you want to purchase, say, a piece of real estate, you want to buy a house under your business, you want to buy a fleet of cars, a fleet of trucks, you're going to just pick up the phone and you are going to have an assigned banker that you call. Hey, Tom, hey, I'm interested in buying 2 750 BMWs. Okay, when can you come in and sign the paperwork? Not when can we run your credit. Do you have tax returns? Those days are long gone. What we're talking about now and what Terry has been trying to explain to you, you're going to operate in a different way. One that's going to be new to you, but do not be afraid. It's a great thing. One thing I can tell you, when you start handling this type of money, you have to recondition your mind, retrain your mind, because you're going to do things in a different way now. And once you receive this money, do me a favor. We want to protect our sources. So what I'm saying is, once you get the money, make your payments. And when you make your payments, one thing is going to happen. You're going to find out that 10 more doors open and people are just going to be handing you money hand over fist. Make your payments, and you can do this as many times as you want. Let me ask the majority of your question. Have you ever wondered, when you see an immigrant, whether they're from Southeast Asia, Africa, wherever, and when you see them or you hear them, most can't speak English very well, but yet they own dentist's office, laundry cleaners, donut shops. You ever wondered why they were so smart? Well, I can tell you the answer is they're not smarter than you are. They're not smarter than neither of us. They just know what I'm telling you now, what the top 5% have been using since before my time. And I can tell you, I was born in 1965. And what we're doing now, it's been around long before that. So this is nothing new, and this is nothing you're not going to Google on the internet. As a matter of fact, the people in the know, they're tight-lipped about it, because once they know it, they know if they let it out to the masses that it won't last very long. It will be destroyed. So when I started this conversation off, I told you, you just don't know how lucky you really are. Because what Troy's been explaining to you and what I'm talking about, this is called corporate funding. I know a lot of you have heard about business funding. Well, there's a big difference between the two. Most of us, we're aware of business funding. Business funding, you can go out and you can buy some trade lines for your business, but guess what? It'll report to your business, but they're still going to check your personal credit. So I guess my question is, if they're going to check your personal credit and base it off the personal credit, you're still going to have to personally guarantee it. Why do you need to buy trade lines for business funding? What we do, it's called corporate funding. Your business does not need trade lines. You will never PG it. They will never check your personal credit. They will never ask you for tax returns. This is the type of funding that Troy's talking about. This is what I do. So again, this is not, it's not for everyone. And I can tell you, it doesn't matter if you can have an idea so great, you know it's going to work. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you one thing. 100% of the time, lack of money will stop people dead in their tracks from starting any kind of business. Doesn't matter how great your idea is. If you don't have the funds to launch it or start it, it will never happen. So what I'm telling you right now, once you get these funds, you utilize these funds. It doesn't matter if you're buying real estate, you're investing in tax liens, whatever. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to leave you with this. Utilizing what I'm talking about from this day forward. If you're broke, it's because you choose to be broke. Do I need to say any more on that, Troy?
You don't need to say no more on that, because I'm gonna be I'm gonna be cracking the whip.
Yes.
I set them up. I told them I'm getting their mind in the right place to help them understand, you know, what we're dealing with, and I'm gonna be cracking the whip, because this is important, and it's important to me to help everybody. So you might get mad at me, because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell people the truth. So I'm gonna be watching. So we, guys, again, we just are very fortunate. I told them about the software that I built for you, for the system. I told them about that.
Oh yes, Troy. I can say one word: genius. And I want to hit on one other thing, Troy, before I forget. Mm-hmm. For everyone, if I have anyone on the webinar that's already in the system, if not tomorrow, one day next week, I'm going to be sending you your articles, your EIN number, and your certificates of good standing. Once I send those to you, all I need you to do is open up a business checking account at any bank of your choosing. Once you open that business checking account up, make sure you order a book of checks. That's going to be the next task for you.
Wow. Okay. I will definitely let everybody know, put the message out there. I can't tell you, man, if 2020 has been like the craziest year of my life and probably all of our lives. Yeah, we ain't never seen nothing like this year. But guess what? If there's one good thing to come from it is this, then it was all worth it. It was all worth it. And so, like I said, I appreciate, having an opportunity to work with you, sir. And I promise you that I'm gonna give you 100% of what I got. And, 100% of what I got, and I'm on all of our people. We're going to respect this opportunity that you're making, allowing us to participate in, because we understand, all of us, a lot of us, and I know these people, a lot of them personally, have been with me for years, and have cried together, laughed together, fought together, and everything, to get to a point to where we can finally break through, and get to where we want to get to in this life. And so so we don't take it lightly. So again, anything we can do for you or what have you, let us know. We're here.
I appreciate that, Troy, and then likewise, it's like I'm gonna give you 1,000%. Anything you need, reach out to me and let me know, and we'll make it happen.
All right. Well, thank you so much, sir. I'm gonna give a little closing here, and we've been on here for like 7. It's like 8 o'clock now. So we're getting ready to close out here. But guys, I just want all you to know that when I came to you and said, okay, we have found something, okay, that we believe can be a benefit to a lot of people, help a lot of people, okay? And so there was a leap of faith that we had to take. But for a lot of you guys, the leap of faith was not even, I had people tell me, shut up and take my money, Troy, shut up, let's go. Because what we have been doing over the past 6, 7, 8 years has been building a bridge, okay? And a lot of you have come along with us on this bridge. You've seen us stumble and fall and get back up again. You've seen us dust ourselves off. You've seen us succeed at some things and again, fail at others. Doesn't matter, we kept going. We've seen multiple companies in the time of this past 7, 8 years go under. Tradera, big, gigantic, multi-million-dollar company, just went out of business 2 days ago, okay? And so I'm trying to help those people to understand what it means, because I'm gonna share this with you real quick. So if you know anybody, if you're with Tradera, what's happening over there is those people, they ran out of money because they were inexperienced and they didn't know how to structure the deal. So they were just paying out more money than they had coming in. But what's gonna happen is some of the top people who are making the most money are complaining about it. Stop complaining, tell them to shut up, okay? Because they put in $100 to join the company. They made 20, 30, 50, 100,000, 300,000, and then the company went out of business, maybe owing them 20,000, but they still up over $250,000, $300,000 or more, and they are complaining. What they're doing is they're talking about going to the SEC and the attorney generals on that company. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Okay, when they go to those entities and involve them, those entities are not going to come in and help them to get their $20,000 that Tradera owes them. Okay, owes you or whatever. They're not going to help them to get the money back. What the SEC, what them guys are going to do when they come in, Department of Justice and the Attorney Generals, what they're going to do is they're going to tag the whole thing a big old mess, and they're going to go to the people who made that $200,000, $300,000, $500,000. They're going to say, give us all the money back. Give us all of it back. You give me your money back. You give me your money back. Everybody give all the money back. Okay, and everybody going to be looking, and the people who are causing that to happen are the very same people are the, are the very same people that's doing the complaining. They're digging their own grave and don't realize they're doing it. Get the word out. Now, I don't have a dog in this hunt, okay? I have no dog in this hunt, but I don't want to see people make stupid moves. And when I see people doing stupid things because they're inexperienced, I'm going to speak up on it. And I'm going to let you guys know that you got the people who made the money that's complaining, go to them, tell them to shut up, leave that company alone. Do not get the SEC, do not get the Department of Justice and the Attorney Generals involved in y'all business, because they're gonna come in and they're gonna destroy all of y'all. They don't come in picking who, and they're gonna go. They know it's gonna be total. They come in with a machete and chop everybody down. Okay, and if you have any leaders or whatever that don't get it, give them my number. Have them call me and talk to me. I'll break it down for them, because I don't want to see them do something stupid. Okay, and so that's just, again, I gained nothing from it at all, so I'm sharing the information. And so, guys, but that's just how I'm built. I want to help people, not hurt them. And I see people doing stupid things that can hurt themselves. Instead of sitting back and laughing and watching, I'm gonna start screaming and hollering, "Shut up!" He said, making a deal. You're trying to cut a deal with Satan. The moment you involve him in your deal, you're not just gonna come and do your bidding. He's gonna come get you too. So anyway, I don't mean to call the people Satan, but you get my point. So anyway, guys, it's a great call that we had here tonight, and want to appreciate our special guest for coming on and taking the time. And like I say, thank you guys for your trust, on sticking with us and giving us an opportunity. Like I said, many people I've talked to are coming back around. It was inactive and starting to see. I just tell them, I just laugh and say, "Oh, you're still in the system." But I didn't kick nobody out. Everybody's still in it. I say, because I just didn't have nothing for you at the time. I say, but as we develop more and more things, we will have more and more things that's available. So you just plug right back in, and let's keep on going. Okay, because we're a family. Let's keep this thing going. So, guys, again, we want to appreciate you for taking your time. And so, Khadijah, you want to close it out?
Wow, Mr. Mason, thank you so much. And thank you, Mr. Rendell, for being on tonight. Super excited about what's taking place, you guys. If you have not already done so, if you have not prepared for 2021, I'm telling you, I'm already in June on my calendar. You should already have your year completed before you even start your year. So if you haven't already done so, go ahead and really join us, okay, in the morning time, Monday through Friday. Okay, we have morning motivationals, and we are actually talking about preparing to receive, right? Because it takes a certain mindset, and Mr. Rendell, he said it himself. You have to have a certain mindset, right? When you get this money, otherwise you will lose that money. I think it was Jim Rohn who said, if you won $1 million, best you become a millionaire. And what he meant by that was, get your mindset right and get prepared now to not only receive this money, but have a plan for the money, because you don't want to just go out and spend the money. So I'm super excited. Mr. Mason has brought this to the black table, if you will. And if you are not a part of the black table, hit us up and find out how you can be a part of the black table. Do not get left behind, because this door is not going to be open forever. It will not. At some point, there's going to be a cutoff. Okay. And you don't want to get left behind. So Mr. Mason, again, thank you very much. Mr. Rendell, thank you so much for being on the line tonight, joining us tonight, and giving us that very important update.
Thank you guys so much. Troy, I thank you for having me on. Anytime you need me, hey, just give me a call. I'll be more than happy.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful Christmas. Everybody have a wonderful Christmas. We're not going to take questions tonight, because I don't want to be here all night. I got my family standing outside, because when they come in this house, okay, y'all won't be able to hear nothing I say, because they screaming, hollering, and running everywhere which way, So I'm going to get off this call here. But again, I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful Christmas, and we're gonna pick this up here. I'm not sure what next week Wednesday is. I'm not sure New Year's Eve or nothing, but if it's not, you know, we'll be back here. But otherwise, we'll make an announcement, let you guys know. Okay. So thank y'all. Y'all have a wonderful Christmas.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Mason. Good night, everybody. Hey, remember.
Thank you, Troy.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, everyone. Everyone have a happy and safe Christmas.
Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and close out with our mantra, you guys. Our mantra is individually we are financially weak, but together we are financially strong. So I'm going to say it in 3, 2, 1. Individually, we are financially weak. But together,
we are financially strong.
Financially strong.
All right, Big Troy.
All right.
I got you, Troy.
Thank you so much, Troy.
We'll fall off. We going to Neverland 2021.
There you go. Y'all remember.
Let's do it.